Now for our feature story of the day, breaking news just in, the state of Arizona makes history. It is officially the first state to launch the strategic Bitcoin reserve, pledging up to 10% of public funds. So let's break this baby down. As you can see here in the headline, Arizona state approves the first ever U.S. Bitcoin reserve set to invest 10% of $31.5 billion state assets. That's what's up. Arizona legislator passes Bitcoin reserve bills, moving closer to stockpiling the pretty little bitty. Going up forever, Laura. That's right. Lawmakers in the Arizona House of Representatives passed two bills that could allow the state to adopt a reserve using Bitcoin or other cryptos. In a third reading on April 28th, the Senate Bill 1025, SB 1025, a proposal to amend Arizona statutes to allow for a strategic Bitcoin reserve. 31 members of the Arizona House voted in favor of the bill, with 25 opposed. A similar bill, SB 1373, to establish a state-level digital asset reserve, passed with 37 lawmakers in favor and 19 voting nay. This bill basically takes the approach that probably 15 other states are considering, the same legislation nationwide that allows the treasurer to invest up to 10% into, probably mainly Bitcoin, but other things as well, as shared by the state representative. I think this probably would start as a may for a foreseeable future, but as things continue to pivot towards Bitcoin and these things, we have that already in place for the future. Game on. The approval brings the bills closer than any other state-level initiative in the United States to getting a crypto or Bitcoin strategic reserve actually implemented and signed into law. Similar legislation proposed in New Hampshire passed the state's House in April and is expected to head to the Senate for a full floor vote soon. Meanwhile, Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs announced April 17th she intended to veto any bill until the lawmakers had a serious bipartisan funding solution. Boo! That protects health care for Arizonans with disabilities. However, with the passage of such legislation on April 24th, the governor could be more open to signing SB 1025 or SB 1373 into law. And let me know how you think that will play out. Meanwhile, federal plans to establish a national crypto reserve. That's right. The state-level efforts to create a Bitcoin reserve comes amid the push from President T and Republican lawmakers to do the same at the federal government. Trump signed the executive order in March with a proposal for a strategic Bitcoin reserve, as well as the digital asset stockpile. Also, Wyoming Senator Cynthia Lummis, a crypto advocate, proposed that Congress pass legislation and allow the U.S. government to hold more than 1 million Bitcoin. They better hold more than that, or Michael Saylor is going to end up with more Bitcoin than the government. In part through crypto seized through civil or criminal forfeiture, some lawmakers suggested Lummis's bill was an attempt by Congress to codify Trump's executive order into law. And there you have it. I think it's a good sign that it's 1 million or more versus putting a hard cap. You should never put a hard cap on how much Bitcoin you accumulate unless that hard cap is 21 million. Ask Michael Saylor, and if you don't know now, you know. Welcome everyone to the Q&A segment